All right, and welcome back to make 500K to 800K or more on your Vancouver home and move to beautiful Victoria. I'm your host, Dre Levac, and I'm with Lee Chambers of Pemberton Homes. Why is this opportunity happening now?
Dre, the best way to explain what's happening is by looking at this chart that shows historical prices for average homes in Victoria and Vancouver. The blue line is the average price of a Victoria house, and the red line charts the price of an average Vancouver house. The chart shows us that from 1980 until late 2010, Victoria and Vancouver prices have been strongly related. Through that period, an average Victoria house was worth about 3/4 of what a similar Vancouver house might be selling for. But beginning in 2010, these prices begin to diverge. Victoria prices went lower for 5 years, while Vancouver prices went sharply higher. In fact, they've climbed nearly 40% in the last year alone.
We're going to look at some comparables between Vancouver and Victoria so that people can get an idea of exactly the differences. Now, I'm going to start here by showing a basic Vancouver house. It's located in East Vancouver, Renfrew Heights area. Now, it's an older home. It's 1,800 square feet. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 20-minute drive to downtown. This is right on the Vancouver average at 1.6 million, just under. It's 1.5.
Are you kidding me?
This is what I'm trying to illustrate right here in a nutshell. We're talking about an older, basic house that's at a really high price. Now, I'm going to show you a similar house in Victoria. Now, there's three different aspects. You're in a little bit nicer neighborhood. You're in a medium Victoria neighborhood as opposed to maybe, a medium soft neighborhood in Vancouver. You've got a newer house. This thing's only 6 years old, but you can tell the finishings, the landscaping. It's just a nicer, newer house. If I was to show you inside the house, you'd see that the contents of a 6-year-old house.
Yeah, I mean, just based on that, and we're looking at what, half the price here?
Just about exactly half the price, Dre. And there's just no reason it should be that big a difference in price, other than the fact that Vancouver's run up way past what normal houses prices there should be.
And this is the whole point that you're making, right? And the reason why we've done this video, or the videos that you've seen before, is that this is an opportunity that's happening right now, and you need to take advantage of it if you're going to be able to cash in like this.
That's right, Dre. The market report for Vancouver just came out, and prices are, sales have slowed, inventory is building, lower prices are on the horizon. People have the opportunity to list and get out now. They can come over here where, we've still in a lower market than we've been in historically. And there's an opportunity to build more equity here. Take for example this. This is it's a 6-year-old house, it's like 5. It's the same neighborhood as the last one, Sanachis, Cordova Bay, 3,300 square feet. The main part of the house has 4 bedrooms, and there's also a 2-bedroom in-law suite or guests. Also 20 minutes from downtown. If I show you inside, you can see it's
wow.
It's really upscale. There's nice finishings. You've got a gourmet kitchen here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful home as opposed to an average home.
Right.
And yeah, right at the same price. It's the same price.
Wow.
They're 3 hours apart by ferry, Dre. I can drive from this house to the last house, in 2.5 hours.
It's a real consideration there. So if you're watching this and you're looking at this and your mouth is dropping open like mine is, it really is. It's like, could I live in Victoria? I mean, you're certainly going to have a much richer lifestyle here for the same money. Wow. What else you got?
Well, right in between those two, we've got a townhouse, maybe for somebody who's not into doing all the yard work, who just wants to, maybe somebody who's considering retiring. We've got something that's, a good medium size, 2,200 square feet, 2-bedroom, 3-bath, still 25 minutes from downtown. And, it's right at 1.1 million. Now you're going to have a few strata fees on top of that, but it's still a lot less than what you're going to be paying in Vancouver. And look out that window.
Yeah, that's the view, all right.
We'll go to a slightly nicer neighborhood on the west side in Vancouver. This is a standard larger home built in 1957, 2,500 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, 20 minutes from downtown. Most of the stuff we're looking at today is going to be about 20 minutes to half an hour from downtown. Nothing really out in the boonies. This is right on 2.4 million.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at these prices are insane. And the fact that you can actually sell a house like this for that kind of money, if you're looking to upscale your lifestyle, this is the opportunity. Time to jump in. So what would you get for that kind of money in Victoria?
Well, Dre, like, to really bring it home, I found this waterfront example right here. It's a 5-year-old house, nice neighborhood of Victoria, privacy, secluded, but you're still, less than 10 minutes away from shopping, from medical, from the airport, from the ferry. It's almost 5,000 square feet. You've got deep water moorage if you happen to own a boat. And that's your view. Like, I guarantee you that Marpole house, you're not looking this out your front door.
Yeah, right.
So just to illustrate, yeah, this house comes in at just slightly under 2.5 million on the water with that view.
That's beautiful. I mean, look at this. You've got the serenity, nature. It's just so beautiful. And, that's the lifestyle. That is, getting away from the big cities. And one of the things about Victoria is that it's not as little. I mean, it's little without being little. It's got all the amenities that the big city has, not as much variety perhaps, but I know that the ferry ride away and I'm in Vancouver, so it makes it really accessible.
That's right. I like to think of it as compact. Whereas Vancouver spread out over, 3 or 4 hours driving worth of terrain, pretty much everything in Victoria is accessible within an hour. If you're living in the middle of Victoria centrally, there's nothing that's more than half an hour drive away. Okay, now say you're not such a huge fan of the ocean. Say you're a fan of owning property. You may want maybe a hobby farm. Well, just a few minutes away from that last house, a little bit inland, I can put you in this 6 bedroom, 6 bathroom. That includes 2 guest suites, half an hour from downtown. You've got 7.5 acres. That's looking out your backyard. You still got a nicely updated kitchen. You can fix any kind of gourmet meal there. Dogs not included, but we do have this lovely stable where you can keep your horses or whatever kind, however else you want to do it. Maybe you're a mechanic and you like to use this space for fixing up cars and that kind of hobby. 2.6 million.
Right. Vast difference than what you get in Vancouver.
Exactly. Like, I was trying to tell people in Vancouver, like, I've got a friend, he lives there, and over the past 5 years, it's been like what happens when you put a frog in cold water and slowly turn up the heat. And the market has just gotten to the point where it's boiling, and nobody else realizes how really out of hand the prices have gotten. And it's due for a correction. And I think people are starting to get that feeling. And I think the average person would be just amazed and excited to look at the properties over here and consider, what kind of lifestyle you could have only 3 hours away.
Now, we're still looking at a few examples here, but look, if you've got an idea and you really want to decide that you want to explore this further, there's an application button just below this video, and there's just a few questions to answer there. I encourage you to apply and check out what Lee and his team can offer you, because these examples here are pretty astounding, and if you have any kind of inkling for it, please apply now. What else can you show us there, Lee?
Sure, Dre. Now, for somebody who might not like living way out in the country, who wants to just be close to town and the amenities, this is about 5 minutes walk from downtown. This is called Shoal Point, and it's one of the nicer upscale condo developments in Victoria. This unit here is just under 2,000 square feet, 2 bedroom, 3 baths. It's got views on 3 sides. You can see 2 of them here. Got the Songhe development right across the strait. You've got, just some really beautiful floor-to-ceiling views here. Just outside, you've got a lovely putting green here. You and the neighbors can maybe take a few putts. And yeah, this is the sticker price. Okay, let's say you really want to sock away some cash after your sale in Vancouver. Well, I can put you on the water again in Victoria West. It's just a few minutes away from downtown. It's 1,200 square feet. It's 2-bedroom, 2 baths. And this is the view that you get out your deck.
That looks pretty nice to me.
It's pretty easy to take, Dre. Right along the seawall walk. Take a walk in the morning. You see people walking their dogs there all the time.
And what does this go for?
It's just under 600,000, Dre.
Wow.
Waterfront.
That's great. That's just amazing.
Well, I'm trying to show people the values. I'm really trying to show the quality difference and what you can have.
That's right. Lee is wanting to show you what kind of value is available to you. So, time to sell that Vancouver home and get yourselves out to Victoria.
Yeah, and as you can see, this is pretty much the broad cross-section of all of Victoria municipalities. I've included the average price sales here from last month so that you can get an idea. Sure, Oak Bay, it comes in high, but that's your high average. That's like the Shaughnessy of Victoria. And then we've got Souk, which is over to the west. And that's your average single-family house for under $400,000.
The spread of prices is still pretty reasonable compared to what we've seen from the Vancouver.
That's right. Now, let's take a few minutes and I'll just tell you a little bit about Victoria. I'm sure you've probably heard about how beautiful and livable it is here, and you might have even visited here before. But let's give you some more information so you can get a really clear picture. Now, it's got a population of just under 350,000, making it Canada's 15th largest population center. The weather, which is, it's fantastic. Summer days are warm, but they're kept from being too hot by the offshore breezes. The average temperature in the summer is 21.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest months are December and January, where your average temperature falls to about 6.5 degrees. We still get some rain here, but only half the rain that Vancouver gets. We get about 2 inches a month in the winter.
That's right. We're much drier here through the winter.
And sunnier. We actually get 20 fewer rain days in Victoria than you do in Vancouver. Now, it's internationally renowned with several awards. It's internationally known as the City of Gardens. It's consistently voted as one of the top places in Canada and even the world to live. 2013, it was voted one of the top 15 friendliest cities in the world. Just this week, it was voted the best place in Canada to retire. It was voted in 2013 as the most romantic city in Canada. And consistently, we come in as one of the top 3 fittest cities in Canada because there's just so many activities here to do. If you like walking, hiking, cycling.
Lots of great trails, lots of great places to go.
That's right. And in the winter, Mount Washington's Alpine Resort is just under 3 hours away, and this draws skiers and snowboarders from all over North America. We've got canoeing, surfing, river rafting. We've got world-class fishing. There's 10 different marinas within half an hour of downtown Victoria. Vancouver Island has over 150 different campgrounds. We've got something for everybody.
It's pretty good. Now, because this is so time limited and because you can only work with so many people, we have to do this as an application process. But it's not a complicated application by any means. It's just a few quick, easy questions. Just click the button below to apply because we want to make sure that we can best serve you in the best possible way. And Lee is limited in his time and what he can make available. So by applying, you're saying, yes, please show me what it is I can get for my home and what it is I can find in Victoria. And he will be happy to show you what is possible. But he can only do it with a handful of people. So it's the first that apply and that are best fit that are going to be able to work with Lee and his team. So Lee, is there any final thoughts that you can offer to our viewers here that can encourage them to really take this offer seriously?
Sure, Dre. I'm really excited about this particular point in time. and the value proposition that Victoria represents for people that might be living in Vancouver in our market that's topping up. Like, I'd really like to be able to work with a few people, show them some listings, see what might be a good fit, and then if somebody's still interested in moving ahead, taking them on a day trip or two, and showing them anything that might interest them.
There's amazing things to see here in Victoria, and if you really want a lifestyle upscale, this is the place to be. Well, thanks for watching. Click the button below to apply, and we will see you on the other side.
Thanks, Drake.
Thank you, Lee.